video on plants that are looking, mostly herbaceous plants that are looking well at the moment, and a few little jobs as well while we're walking around. And I just noticed the Geranium Rozanne making its way out through the bamboo. It's a good plant, it's a really good perennial, and remember, it's important to remember about Geranium Rozanne is if it gets too wide during the season, certainly up till say the last week of July, you can cut it right back and it will still flower later on. So you have that option with it. Always good, the Persicaria affinis, always good as a front. I'm not, this is Campanula Kent Belle. I'm not majorly happy with it. The first time I've used it, so we don't know. We're going to give it a little more, time. Queen Charlotte, David Austin Queen Charlotte, it sort of fell over a bit. It's a bit sad with all that rain, but it's time. Go in with the secateurs. And the thing is, you always end up taking good ones away. You just have to. You just can't spend micro pruning for an hour. So we need to spend a bit of time with the Queen Charlotte. Oh, not Queen Charlotte. That's not Queen. Did I say Queen Charlotte? It's Wildeve. It's Wildeve. I didn't want to insult Queen Charlotte. That is Salvia Nachtvlinder, and we had it in a pot, and it got too big for the pot, and we stuck it down and cut it back, and it's coming on nicely. It's facing south here. This Physocarpus, because we're getting a little bit of digging work done shortly here, and we're going to get the digger man to take it out, and it's too good a spot for that. It doesn't really do a huge amount. That's going to come out. Sorry, it has to go, and we put something a bit nicer in there. I was thinking of Budleigh Lockhinch. I was thinking of that. This is self-sown Veronica and self-sown Verbascum. Now, what will we do? To think is to act. There we go. Verbascum chaixii. This is the lovely. It's the yellow variety. Normally it's white and purple, but this is yellow and purple. It slightly clashes, but it's nice. We move to here. Hakonechloa. It's a Japanese grass, and we're nipping off the bottoms of the weeping beech because they might damage it in wind. Just a little bit. And when you're pruning a weeping tree, don't give it a bowl haircut. You know, you cut some up and cut some lower, so you get a sort of a feathered look. That is a Japanese grass, and it is deciduous, but it looks quite good in the winter as well. And it is one of the best grasses you can get for shade. People think it's like a little miniature bamboo. It is super, and that's one called Aureola. I highly recommend it. We have some Snow Lady Shasta daisies coming on, and behind we have a tall Helenium, and we think it's Moerheim Beauty. The thing about Heleniums, they don't have brilliant foliage, but they are very good, and they need, in Ireland they need a good sunny position. And we have, and I want to show you another Helenium over here. Now I presume you can see what the dwarf Helenium, you don't really see the foliage because it's well below, and you just see the flowers. I think it's quite good. I have a feeling it's American variety because it's called short and sassy, which is what an American would call it, short and sassy. So I assume it's an American variety. It is nice. Full sun once again. Look over here. Campanula is starting to fade a little bit. These are self-sown, and Campanula lactifloras, and we have a pure white absolutely gorgeous. The pure white, with a tiny, tiny trace, very tiny touch of purple, very tiny. And then we have the more bluey white. They are so easy to grow. Now you can Chelsea chop them. In fact, I'll just show something. You see the subsidiary flowers lower down. That will flower. That will throw out more flowers again if you do it in time. And let's just finish off over here. We have Angel's fishing rods. What they need is, I find they need very dry, sunny conditions. If they are happy, they will self-seed around the place. They're very easy. But a lot of people try them and don't have success because the ground is too heavy. They're shaded. This is very open here. The wind can come in, and that's what they like. They get a bit untidy in the winter with the dead foliage. So one of these years, I'll bite the bullet and I'll cut the entire plant to the ground to get rid of all, because it's just too difficult to take out the dead bits and leave the live bits in between them. It's just too much work. So one of these years, I'll just cut the whole thing back, and once again, late spring, early summer. Now, as a result, you might lose a year's flowering, but you'll get a much fresher plant. Now, let's finish off. We have the common Annabelle. Now, the thing about Annabelle is I've found, if you don't prune it, except to take the dead flower heads off, and it's in a situation where it doesn't get a huge amount of water because you've other plants behind it, it doesn't flop. If it's in full sun and it's kept tight by not getting a lot of water, it will not flop. And the other thing about Annabelle is those arborescent hydrangeas, they don't like a lot of wind. The wind doesn't damage the flowers, but it marks the leaves. So a little bit of shelter. So shelter and open at the same time. That make any sense? We finish off. We finish off here because the last video I cut this out. I talked about cutting this out, and I realised that we had this lovely open area. I further realised we have this lovely bamboo which was totally hidden, and it's a really good bamboo. It's Phyllostachys vivax, but this is sort of in the way. I don't think we need it. I'm going to take it out. You have a look. Now, if we made a mistake, we'll know very soon, because you can't put this back and put the old duct tape around it. Now, what we've done is bamboo has come out into its own, and the lovely Liquidambar has come into its own, and then we have a very nice variegated Solomon seal. I think that's going to be a lovely border here. That was totally that shrub. That was only a filler in shrub that was put in when we started in the beginning. When you start in the beginning, you just lash stuff in to get the thing going, and now we're fine tuning. Sorry about that. That's okay. We'll finish off with this. This is Naughty with a silent K, and these are all volunteers, and they came in themselves, and they are much welcome volunteers.